Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Test 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we're about 10 minutes away. 10 minutes away from showtime. 4, 3, 2, 1. Showtime! All right, it is 7:30 on this Thursday night. That means it's time to find out if you like it or not. I'm producer Chris, and once again, I am pulling quadruple duty. I know some of you tuned in last night and know what I'm talking about tonight. Not only writing, producing, and hosting the show, I'm also directing, and as a result, I'm begging for a little patience. But it's Thursday. We're going to have some fun. Producer Jim enjoying some time off. Tonight we're talking about everything from Rolling Stone's greatest songs of the 21st century list, which we're going to have some opinions about, to Sherry Shepherd's dating advice, which I also hope you guys will have opinions about. And I want to know your opinions. And to find out your opinions, I need you guys to weigh in. And that is how you do it. We're streaming, so there are a lot of different ways. If you're watching our YouTube live stream, leave some comments in the chat. We'll check them coming up here in just a little bit. If you're watching on our website or Fox Local on your phone, you want to join the Zoom room, I posted a link in my Instagram story, my Instagram right there, Fox 5 Producer Chris. Speaking of Instagram, we also have our broadcast channel. That's where we post topics, then read the comments on the air. Tonight, we're talking about driving stick shift. I'm curious if anyone out there knows how to do it, still does it. We'll talk about it in a little bit. And last but not least, if you are watching on the Fox Local app, on your connected TV, you can make it a two-screen experience. Just grab your phone, scan the QR code, and get those hot takes ready. First, though, I have to introduce our in-studio co-host. Please join me in welcoming reality star and philanthropist Carmen Felder back to the show. How are you?
Hello. I've never heard of Baby Friday.
Baby Friday?
I like that.
Yeah. So early on the 7 o'clock version of the show, which Sunny joins them every single time, you may have heard them refer to it before as Chaos Friday. I like to keep the chaos a little contained, but you know, I mean, but Baby Friday.
I love it. I'm going to take it away from you. I'm going to borrow it.
It's the perfect description of basically how I feel. All right, I'm adding some new people to the Zoom room as we go. Welcome. All right, you ready to dive right in?
Let's go.
All right, let's do it. First up tonight, we are talking about music. You may have seen this. Rolling Stone out with the 250 greatest songs of the 21st century so far, and that is kind of key. Editors say it's a wide-ranging mix of different styles, beats, and voices. Some of the songs are universally beloved hits. Others, they say, are more like cult classics. You can check out the full list on Rolling Stone's website, but we are going to go through some of them, including the top 5, and you see the list right there. Coming in at number 5, Taylor Swift, All Too Well. The magazine called it her toughest, rawest, most passionate heartbreak anthem. Number 4, the White Stripes, Seven Nation Army. Anyone who has ever been to a sporting event has absolutely heard that song. Coming in at number 3, Beyonce and Jay-Z, Crazy in Love. Rolling Stone says it was more than just a single. It was a warning to the pop world that Beyonce, the solo star, had officially arrived. Number 2, the Yeah Yeah Yeahs with Maps. Carmen, I have never heard of that song, I'll be honest with you. But
yeah. I haven't either.
At number 1, Virginia's own Missy Misdemeanor.
Yay! I'm so happy for her. Wow. That's amazing.
I'm hoping you guys can hear her a little bit. Maybe. If you can't, that is Get Your Freak On by Missy Misdemeanor Elliott. Let's see. Let's play it again. There it is. That's what I wanted to hear.
I'm the hottest round. I told y'all can't stop me now. Listen to me now. I'm lasting 20 rounds. And if you want me, then come on get me now. Is you with me now? The biggie bounce. I know you dig the way I switch my style. Holla.
Holla. All right, Carmen, do you like this list or not?
I like it.
Yeah?
I think it was very different genres, different music. I knew Taylor was going to be on there. I knew Beyonce was going to be on there. I'm excited to see the rest of them. I mean, 250, that's a big number.
It's a lot to kind of wade through. And to be honest with you, there are ones on there that I think we all know. The Killers, Mr. Brightside. What was the other one that popped in my head? Hey Ya by Outkast. Yes. I mean, that is a song that you really absolutely think of. But I'm curious what Allison thinks here in the Lion Zoom room. Allison, do you like this list? Do you think Missy Misdemeanor Elliott deserved to be number 1? Do you think Taylor Swift deserved to be number 5? And have you ever heard of that number 2 song?
I've actually have not heard of any of those songs other than the Missy Elliott song and Beyonce and Jay-Z. But I am so excited that Missy Elliott is #1. She absolutely deserves it. She is an amazing artist and rapper, dancer. She's so creative. Her videos are amazing. And just listening to that song, like I was over here just bopping and grooving. You can't listen to that song without moving.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for Missy.
What if you had to pick your top song of the 21st century so far? What do you think it would be?
Ooh, that's a hard one. I like "Freedom" by Beyonce. That's one of mine.
Okay, another Beyonce one. I mean, there's
Hold on, was Michael Jackson on there?
21st century, so this is the year 2000 on. So
okay.
I don't know that any of his hits necessarily in that time period were what we could consider the biggest hits. Laura, you're up. You're live right now. Laura, do you like this list of Rolling Stones' greatest songs, and what song would you put #1 if you had a choice?
So Maps is one of my favorite songs. I love the Yeah, Yeah, Yeahs. I completely 100% agree with that. So, yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't know if I'd really add anything. I don't know that the 21st century has had as much great music as the 20th, but I do like the list.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I know Chad is in the Lion Zoom room. Chad, I'm going to bring you in as well, and I'm going to need you to do me a favor. I know you got your Washington Commanders hat on, but right now the Phillies are playing the Dodgers. There's a lot, the whole season for the Phillies is on the line. So every single time I call on you, I'm going to need you to give me a score update, okay? All right, thank you.
Laura, what's the score update?
In the meantime, Chad, Laura said she likes that #2 pick, the Yeah, Yeah, Yes with Maps. How do you feel about this list? I know we have similar. Oh my God, did you really? All right, I know we've got similar taste. We've got similar taste in music.
I don't like any of those songs at all ever. Like those are terrible songs, and I disagree with it. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Are you joking?
But I like the Yeah, Yeah, Yes, but not like the top 5. Maybe like in the 50th or something. Not top 5.
All right.
I was watching the morning show, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I agree. All right, we're going to move on from that. But if you guys have strong feelings about it, you can jump in the YouTube comment section and let me know what you think. In the meantime, I do want to go to this next story. All right, let's go to full. All right, we're talking about shopping because paper price tags. So 2024, apparently, the grocery store of the future, or really any retail outlet, is all about the electronic shelf. That means digital price displays. More and more retailers are investing in the technology to boost efficiency and eliminate waste. You no longer have to spend your time going around changing out every price tag. However, here's the deal. Some customers are concerned it could mean dynamic pricing models that fluctuate in real time along with demand. We're talking about surge pricing. Same deal as when you order like an Uber. Stores insist they have no plans to institute surge pricing, but they say the new labels will let them instantly put items on clearance. So Carmen, digital price tags. Do you like this idea?
I'm gonna say no.
No?
It's just like the menus. I'm old school. You know how they're like, just scan the code and
The QR code, yeah.
yeah, and you can get the menu. And and if you don't have reception or whatever, I want to be able to see it. I want to touch it. I don't. And think about our seniors, and some people still have flip phones. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just don't like it.
All right, let's see what David thinks. David, this idea of switching from paper, the price tags to electronic ones that they can change in demand.
I generally like it, but it has to have one condition. It needs to be like kind of gas prices where they only change, their price is the same the whole day. If you have no confidence that you look at the price 1 minute, you walk down an aisle and come back, 5 minutes later and the price is different and dramatically different, I have no confidence in shopping in that store. So they need to keep it the same at least the whole day. But yeah, if they want to rapidly change. Chris, I got to go back to your first question because we're missing a key part of this issue.
Yeah, light on me.
Beyonce and Missy Elliott and Taylor Swift all need to be on that list and in the top 10. But those aren't the best songs they have.
Yeah.
In the 21st century.
I agree.
It's crazy.
With you.
What is Rolling Stone doing?
I agree with you 100%. I mean, I'm a fan of the Single Ladies. I'm a fan of Shake It Off. I mean, I would argue that those songs are better, but maybe they're I don't know.
Are they going
I
by
don't know what they're
numbers
doing.
though?
I really think
But-
Rolling Stone just likes poking the bear. They really
Yeah.
just like getting people all fired up and fighting. All right, let's.
I was going to say a couple sleeper hits they need to put on there that people won't really think of are by Silver Sun Pickups. I'll come back to that. And
gonna
Kill
have-
Switch
yeah.
Engage, The End of Heartache.
I'm gonna have
Silver
to-
Sun Pickups with my naked eye. I forget it, but the other one. But those are songs that need to be on that list.
I'm going to have to trust you on this one. All right, we're going to move on now. We're going to talk about brands, brand backlash, brand fatigue. Experts say it's a very real thing right now, and they blame a, quote, constant barrage of visual marketing cues that overshadow the self-care experience, hijacking our focus and tiring us out. That was a lot of words, I know. As a result, though, more and more people are experimenting with visual decluttering, Carmen. Visual decluttering. You know what that means?
No.
Ripping the labels off of things.
Why?
Allure spoke to fans of the practice who admit it takes some patience, but they swear it makes their spaces more appealing, more calming, and they say it has changed the way they shop. Carmen, is this something that you have ever once even thought of? This idea
Absolutely not. Okay,
of ripping
so
the labels off of stuff?
no, so what I do like sometimes, like in your refrigerator and certain things, people will take things out and put them in cute little containers. You know, like they'll take out the sugar and put it in those little, you know,
Yep.
push down containers. I think that's cute, but I've never been looking at a label or my labels and being like, oh my gosh, I feel so, you know,
Yeah.
crazy about it. No.
I agree 100%. And I also agree with you because I said earlier, I was like thinking of the Kardashians. We've seen those like clips of them going into like their pantry or their
Yeah.
cupboard, and everything has been taken out of like the cereal box and put in like the matching containers. That's what I like.
I like it too.
do
It's
like
very
that.
clean. I
do
love
not-
it.
I do not have the patience for it though. Let's find out if Mrs. B in the Lion Zoom room. Mrs. B, thanks so much for joining us. Where are you watching from? Mrs. B, can you hear us? All right, let's try Jelani. Jelani in the Lion Zoom room. Welcome to the show. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Where are you watching us from?
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
All right, that's a new one for us. Welcome back. Welcome to the show. So we're talking about this idea of brand fatigue. Do you ever feel that, or do you like buying name brand things, and do you like having the name brand things to show off?
You know, I'm used to, I wear like Levi's, I'm like a really basic kind of guy. Like you see, I just have just kind of regular plain old t-shirt. So I do feel like there's a bit of a fatigue, but now taking the labels off of the bottles, now I that might be a little bit too far for me, just because, I prefer some brands over others. So if I'm using some sort of dressing that I don't like, but I think that's going a little too far. But I understand the whole brand fatigue. It kind of reminds, if you've ever seen the movie They Live, where it was just all kinds of just advertising just coming at you, nonstop. So, I can see where some people would have that.
All right, Jelani, thank you for weighing in on this one. Allison, what do you think? Are you over the brands? Do you feel like you're constantly assaulted by brands and you need to kind of
Assaulted.
I know, right? Take a step back. To me, this is a little bit of like TikTok nonsense, but,
So you're talking about the brand. So I feel like ripping off the labels is madness, and it takes a lot of time to do that. What a lot of people like are products that are aesthetically pleasing. And if I could just plug my brand real quick, I have my own skincare line, Zendiva Skincare. If you get something that's pretty, that looks pretty on your shelf, that's what people want, something that looks nice. Then you won't have to worry about peeling off labels and doing all the extra stuff. ZendivaSkincare.com, 15% off everything right now for Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Oh, nice.
Allison, I love it. And I love when people have something that they can hype up on the show. That's the beauty of this show. All right, let's talk about the worst response to an invitation now. Because you may think it is saying no, but the Wall Street Journal says the actual worst answer to an invitation is saying maybe. The paper conducted several experiments to figure this out. Across all of them, they found that invitees consistently underestimated how likely the inviters were to prefer a no over a maybe. They did not realize how disrespected and left in limbo people felt with a response of a maybe. So, Carmen, I'm going to come to you.
Oh, you don't want to hear my opinion, okay?
A hard no over the non-committal maybe. Do you like that or not?
Listen, I will block a friend over something like this.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, what are you doing? What are you doing that is so a maybe? I'm important. I want to feel valued. So no, I do not want to hear maybe. And I will block you. Like that's, and where did you get those pictures?
Okay, so I know, right? All right, I'm gonna bring David into the conversation. David, this idea of saying maybe to an invitation rather than just a flat out no, do you like that or not?
Oh, Chris, I'm probably guilty here, and a lot of people are probably mad at me for giving them maybes.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's not fair. From my perspective, when receiving an invitation, I'm trying to keep like when I know it's a no, but like I like them, so I want to go and support them. I'm like trying to find a way to say yes, so I'm a maybe. But when I'm inviting people, and yeah, you do get that maybe, and you're trying to plan for how much food to get and how long the party to last, it is frustrating. So I'm probably guilty of being a violator of this.
Chad, you know what I need to hear from you right now.
Hey Google, what's the score of the Philly game?
Well, the Eagles.
0-0, Chris.
All right, best case scenario. Chad, are you guilty of being a maybe guy, or will you just flat out say no to an invitation if you know you can't?
No, I say yes, then don't show up.
Oh, okay, that's even worse though, man.
But first, I want to hawk my brand of toothpaste. It's called Chad's Paste.
Get out
You
of
are
here.
so funny,
You're
Chad.
outta
You
here.
know
You're
what?
Fired.
Bye.
You're fired.
Bye.
Freddie in his Eagles hat. I gotta respect that. That gets you called on every time. Freddie, do you like when you get a maybe back to an invitation, or does that just leave you in limbo? Would you rather get a hard yes or a hard no? Freddie,
you guys hear me?
We can hear you.
So basically, I can't tell which one because I can't go with the maybe question. I can't go with like maybe whoever I decide which one I want to do, which one I chose. I can't go in between, Yeah. I'm like down in the middle in between.
I understand. Jelani, I'm going to bring you back into this. Let me give you a hypothetical scenario that I have been guilty of 1,000 times. It's something down the line. I don't know if I have plans because my wife puts all those things on the calendar and I don't usually look at it. So I say maybe because I might want to go, but I don't know if I already have something coming up. But the flip side to that is I do think sometimes someone thinks that then you're just waiting for a better offer to come along.
Oh.
I can understand. Maybe it's just like, I'm trying to plan. I don't know how many meals I'm getting. I don't know how much food. How am I arranging people seat-wise? I guess in your position, maybe I would just kind of say yes. Mm-hmm. And since there's so much time in between, now and the event, that kind of does leave a little time to amend, if you need to change plans or not. But I would go with a yes and just leave time to, if something does pop up and hey, this came up and we're not going to be able to make it.
Yeah, unfortunately, plans change all the time. The best laid plans, I'll admit,
Yes.
I just recently RSVP'd yes to 2 things that I had originally RSVP'd maybe to because I finally figured out what I actually was doing that weekend. All right, you guys can keep the comments coming on all of these stories we have talked about so far. In the meantime, coming up next, though, we are going to talk about, what are we going to talk about, Carmen? We're going to talk about Sherry Shepherd's dating advice, and it's pretty good. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I can't wait to get your opinion on this. In the meantime, we're going to take you to break. We'll be right back.
That's going to be interesting.
Oh. Yeah.
Three, two, one, and we are back. All right, welcome back to Do You Like It or Not on this Thursday night, or Baby Friday as I've
Baby
been calling it all night.
Friday.
We are here with Carmen Felder joining us live tonight. Carmen, thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank you.
All right, I don't know if you consider yourself a dating expert. Do you like to give advice when it comes to relationships?
I'm a rough like I'm
You're blunt.
I'm very blunt.
You're very
I'm
blunt.
very blunt.
All right. Well, Sherry Shepard recently was asked about relationships when she sat down for a podcast interview, and she was sharing advice specifically for younger women, I should say. And it's advice she says she learned the hard way. I want you guys to take a listen.
Uh-oh.
Here's a thought that I've had. I've had this conversation
Yes.
with girlfriends recently, especially younger women.
Uh-huh.
You get involved or get in relationships
Right.
with people, and it's about what they believe this person could become.
Oh, that potential.
The potential.
Ooh, you in love with the potential.
Potential.
You hear me? You hear me? Potential. All right.
Have you done that?
Yeah, when I was in my 20s and my 30s and my 40s, yeah.
You're not doing potential.
No,
now?
we don't do potential no more. We now because I know. Here's the thing. I know who I am. I don't want to waste your time. I don't want you to waste my time.
Potential, though, is not only sometimes about money. Potential is you believe somebody's going to become a better version of themselves. They are going to
I
show.
ain't got no time for all that.
They're going to do the
I don't
work.
have time for all that. Because that sounds wonderful. But at this stage where I am, I can't help you build.
Right, and then also if they don't ever become that
And if you don't
version-
build it, again, I'm not looking up in 7 years going, I done helped this. He been using my car, driving I done helped him. I done caught you. I'm not doing all
You're
of
not
that.
doing that.
And
I
it's
get it.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, Carmen, you heard Sherry's advice there. She doesn't have time for it. She's not there to date potential. She wants you to date reality. So dating someone for their potential. Do you like this or do you not?
No. Okay. Listen, I have had those I love how she did that. Potential. And like 80% of the time they are That means like they're at my age, my young age. I'm in my 40s, and I know what I want. I have goals. I don't want to see potential in someone at that age. I think that was great advice for her to say that. No, I do not believe in
Not dating
potential.
someone for potential. All right, let's see what Allison thinks. Allison, dating someone for potential. Do you like it or not?
Oh no. I was literally thinking about this in my 20s. There was a song that came out by Beyonce called Upgrade, and I took that song to the wrong level. I was just thinking I could just pick any raggedy, dusty dude off the street and hook him up and make him better and clean him up and dress him. And I was doing too much for somebody that had nothing, and that was failed relationship after failed relationship. So no, you really don't have time. I'm Sherry Shepard's age. We don't have time in our 50s to be racing a grown man. You should already be together and have your stuff. Like if I bought a house in my 20s, why don't you have a house by now? What's wrong with your credit, or what is going on with you? There's no time to be fixing up somebody.
No roommates.
No roommate. All right, speaking of roommates, Chad and Laura over there in your LA Dodgers hats, are you dating Chad for his potential or because of who he currently
Still
is?
0-0, Chris.
Still 0-0. Thank you, sir.
Well, I don't know. I never thought of dating in that way. For me, it was just more about connecting with people. And, I never thought about like, oh, can this person like bring money to me? And also like, I was like a grad student and super poor in my 20s and a lot of my 30s. So, I mean, maybe people were looking at me like that. I don't know.
That's true. I get it. I don't know. I have complicated feelings about this because I think that I have grown up a lot. And so I think someone who knew me as a younger man would probably, be
Think you had
proud of
potential?
what I became. But, they would have had to suffer through some.
Well, I think
some
being easy
part of
on the
that
eyes
potential.
makes it a little bit
That helps,
easier.
yeah.
If
Pretty
you're
privilege
easy,
is
yeah.
what you just said. Thank you. All right, guys, I want to get this story in because I promised that we would talk about it. We are talking about driving now. And the question tonight is it still important to learn how to use a manual transmission? The stick shift. Most cars are automatic these days, but some fans say driving stick has become a lost art. We posted about this one in our broadcast channel, and I want to read some of these comments. Joe Nate Leak, you guys know him. He's our chef. He's one of our favorites. He says, I've never even tried. Real Name Bacon says that, I love it. You can feel the speed of the car, and you get more feel on how you're driving. Freddie says, I wish I drove a stick. If I get a Honda Civic Si, the car has a 6-speed manual. I need to work more on this, though. Next up, we've got, who do we've got? Tanaya. Nope, my husband tried to teach me once and I quit. His car is a stick shift and he says he's never getting rid of it because he loves it and they're harder to find these days. R. Daniel Smith. Yes, I can drive a stick, but it's been many years since I've done so. Allison says I haven't driven stick in a long time. Years. But I'm sure I still could. And last but not least, we got to call out Molly. She says, I could do it if there was a gun to my head. My dad tried to teach me when I was 16, and I ended up rolling backwards into another car while stopped on a hill. I should have kept trying to learn, but it traumatized me. So, Carmen, you're up first. Driving stick, do you like it or not?
I do not like it. I was forced to drive a stick. And when I was in the military, over in the desert,
Yeah.
Qatar,
Okay.
I didn't have a choice. But I was in the desert. I couldn't hit anything. So it's one road in, one road out. I don't like it, and I feel like it's for people who like fast cars. So if you like a fast car, that would be great. I'm not into that.
You're absolutely correct. I do believe that is the case. The surprising thing is, though, most of the high performance cars now have switched to automatic transmission with the option of like the Tektronic where you can like do the paddles with your hands, because no human can shift as quickly and as correctly as the computer can. Let's go back to Jelani. Jelani, can you drive a stick shift, and do you like driving stick? Do you think more people should?
I can drive it. I actually learned how to drive on a stick shift. And I agree with the one person that said you can kind of feel the car and you can kind of know. There's more control with a manual, I feel like. So yeah, I'm totally in tune with a manual transmission, a stick shift.
All
Absolutely.
Right. David, you know what, to me, one of the biggest advantages of bringing back manual transmission cars for everyone would be?
What's that?
You can't text and drive if you've got to use one hand on the wheel, one hand on the gear shift, and then both feet at the same time.
Yeah, I could see that. It's a safety mechanism.
That's right. It's also, because so few people can, probably better protection for your car, because I think it would be less likely to get broken into.
True.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
But what about traffic, though? Isn't it harder in traffic?
David, are you a stick shift driver?
I am a stick shift driver, Chris, and I tell you that if you don't know how to drive stick, you don't know how to drive.
Well, excuse me.
I'd also say, if you know how to drive stick, you become more like a pilot than a driver.
Okay.
Okay, that's a good way
That's
of looking
a good
at
way.
it. We're down to our final 30 seconds. I want to thank everyone in the Lion Zoom room who joined us tonight. Mrs. B, sorry we didn't get to you earlier. Carmen, thank you so much for joining us. I'll go on the record and say I've never driven stick, but I do ride a manual transmission motorcycle. So I feel like that counts.
He's a bad boy.
It counts. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us once again. We'll be back tomorrow night, Friday night. We'll do it all over again. In the meantime, coming up next, Tisha Lewis with the Fox 5 News at 8. Carmen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys next time.
Have a good one, Freddie. I want to see that fedora tomorrow.